Well, good evening. As I come to the end of this third week of Advent, having been inspired by the devotional thoughts that were shared by some of our folks, I've been pondering what seems to be the central theme in all of these powerful scriptures that were expounded on. And all of the scriptures that were shared seem to point to one thing: joy. My mind immediately took me to the Friday morning HCDC chapel times that I've been privileged of doing for almost 20 years. And one song in particular came front and center. And many of you know this song. You've been singing it since you were small. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. And during this Advent season, so many songs speak directly to this theme of joy. And to be quite frank, we need to hear those songs more than ever as we go through this time of pandemic and all of the other things that we've been facing. So what are the implications that joy has on the overwhelming circumstances that we're facing with a pandemic and political and racial unrest, and all the changes and the stipulations placed on the church, the body of Christ? Well, when I contemplate an answer, I'm drawn to the words of the psalmist when he said this: "The Lord is my strength and shield. I trust him with all of my heart, and he helps me, and my heart is filled with joy, and I burst into songs of thanksgiving." We often sing it, the joy of the Lord is our strength, and I do believe that for myself today, and I know that there are many of you who believe the same thing. So what is the psalmist really saying to us today? Well, I can tell you what the psalmist is not saying. Happiness is my strength. If that were the case, many of us would be really losing out on life. And he's not saying contentment is the answer to handling these dilemmas. So why is joy the answer? Well, I believe it's the answer because joy is directly linked to the Lord, the source of life. And we experience joy because of what the Lord has done in our hearts and lives, and what he has rescued us from. And we help others experience joy when we come alongside those who are facing crisis, maybe even on a daily basis. And we come alongside those who have experienced tragedy and hardship. It's not easy doing that, is it? I'm reminded that the tiny nation of Israel, God's chosen people, never experienced joy outside of God's rescue and help. And the same must be for us as we help rescue others from life's negative circumstances. The fact of the matter is, we live in a world that desperately needs to experience the joy of the Lord in their lives, don't we? And it might well be that we could be the conduit for that joy to be experienced in others, as we enable them through giving sacrificially, or by random acts of kindness, or praying for God to do something that will lift them out of the pit of despair, as he lifted his children from so many times, so that they might be able to experience the joy of the Lord as their hope and strength. Then maybe we'll be able to sing joy to the world from a brand new perspective. I hope and pray over this, over the remaining days of Advent, that you experience the joy of the Lord as your strength in these days. Thank you for the privilege of serving you. And I'm so thankful for the joy of the Lord in my own life today. And I hope you experience the same thing. Lord bless you.